Hello, this is a tutorial about how to play walking blues on slide guitar. I'll start off by playing it through once, then we'll break it down. Before we get started then, this is an open G tuning, which is made up of a D on the bass string, followed by a G on the fifth, a D on the fourth string, another G on the third string, a B on the second string, and finally a D on the top. Now with slide guitar, there's a few basic techniques you need to get down to make it sound any good. First one is dampening out the unnecessary noise behind the slide. So the way I do that is by holding my index finger and trailing that behind the slide, like so. Without that, it's just a bit noisier, so that helps partly. With your right hand as well, you can dampen out strings you're not playing. So for example, if we're playing something on the D string, you could use your thumb on the fifth string and your middle finger on the fourth string to kind of cut those notes out and mute them as you're playing the D string. Another little tip is, rather than going straight across all the strings when you're trying to play single notes, if you just tip the slide in slightly, so tip it in towards the string and lean over a little bit, you get a better position for playing the note you want on the guitar strings there. Also, when you're trying to play notes with slide guitar, rather than playing in the middle of the fret, which you do with standard guitar playing, you have to play straight above the fret to get the note to ring in tune. Another thing is, you don't want to press down too hard because it chokes a note out or you hit the fret, so it's getting that balance between enough pressure to make the note sound and not too much to be banging all over the fretboard. Okay, onto the track itself then, Walking Blues. This has been played by loads of people. I mean, mine's vaguely based on the arrangement by Sunhouse, but you know, it's quite a straightforward arrangement, hopefully, so the beginner should be able to get the hang of it quite easily. It starts off with a monotonic bass line on the G string, which you then gradually bring in the slide parts. Now the slide notes for this part of the tune are quite simple. It's three main notes, first of which is on the third fret of the fourth string, and you slide down from that third fret to the second fret, and then we move one fret further, or one string further towards the ground to the third string, and slide down from the third to the second. And then the final part of this phrase is sliding up from the third fret of the top string to the fifth fret, which is the G and the tonic note. And as we're doing those three slide notes, we're keeping that monotonic bass line going on as well. And as I mentioned earlier, if you can try to just angle your slide in slightly to get those notes on the fourth and third string, that'll help a bit, and keeping your finger trailing behind to dampen out some of those unnecessary extra noises. And after running through that 4 times, we then slide up to the next chord, which is a C. And that's played on the 5th fret, but I'm only actually strumming the 4 middle strings. So we're leaving off the bass and the top string. And you could do that with your thumb or a finger, but the way I'm doing it today is by using my 3 fingers and thumb, and I'm pinching those all simultaneously to get a kind of more direct way of playing the notes all at the same time. And we slide in, as I said, from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret, and keep that bass line going through it. So then down to the 3rd again, and back to the riff. After doing the riff twice there, we slide up to the 7th fret, which gives you a D chord. Same technique, bass line there, then down to the 5th again. And 3rd, just a passing note. And back to the riff. Then it all starts again. Couple more things to think about here. So rather than just doing the straight chords on the rundown, you can also vary it and liven up a little bit by adding a couple of extra passing notes on those chords. So for example, if we go back to that D chord, we can add this little riff on the end of it, which is quite simple, but just gives it some variety. And it's just sliding down from the 7th fret on the 2nd string to the 6th fret, and then back up from the 6th fret on the 3rd string to the 7th. So, and if we do that with the chord, that's on the D, and we can do the same on the C. And then just do that passing note. So run through that walk down with the extra passing notes one more time. So there are the main sections of this song. You can obviously add your own bits and work out different ways to add vibrato in various places to make it more your own. We'll run through it one more time, reasonably slowly, just to make sure you got it and you can play along. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well thanks for watching, hope that's been useful. Any questions, just let me know.